Hello Vinyl community, how you doing? It's Bill with the Vinylverse. Somewhat of a quick video here. Got a couple gifts in the mail that I want to share, and a new series on my channel that I'm announcing here, and it's going to be coming soon. So stay tuned, because after I talk about a couple records here, I'm going to explain everything. So a couple weeks ago, out of the blue, got a package from my good buddy Jeff Kempen. Wasn't expecting anything from Jeff. He kind of surprised me with this, and it was a real rainy day, and a package arrived, and the mailman or mail person, I'm not sure, just left it on the ground in pretty much a puddle of water. Didn't put it in the mailbox or in the storm door or anything. So that was frustrating, because the box was like really saturated and floppy from getting wet. But thankfully, everything inside survived. Was perfectly fine. So I was really happy about that. I've already thanked Jeff for these, but this is really the first opportunity I have to come on here and share what Jeff sent. Like I said, it was out of the blue. There was a note. It says spoilers here. But the first thing Jeff sent, he sent me a couple CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival, 45 7-inch singles, which is really cool. Jeff knows CCR is one of my favorite bands. He had these and wanted to pass them along to me. Labels are a bit rough from, I don't know, maybe a jukebox or something. But the records, although they have some wear on them, they actually play pretty good. So first, Bad Mood Rising, Back with Lodi. And then Run Through the Jungle, Back with Up Around the Bend. So very, very cool there. Excited to have those. And then Jeff also sent a record. And this kind of surprised me, because he had recently played this one. And it's Daryl Hall's debut solo album, Sacred Songs. This came out in 1977, produced by Robert Fripp from King Crimson. Robert Fripp also plays on this album. It's actually, well, first of all, a very, very good album. A little bit more on the art rock side than you would find with like a Hall & Oates, which is pretty much why I like it. So around this time, Robert Fripp, so he kind of broke away from King Crimson for several years, and he just started working with different artists. And Daryl Hall was one of them, and Peter Gabriel was another one. And this is pretty much the first of a trilogy of albums that Robert Fripp produced from 77, 78, and 79. This being the one from 77, and then Peter Gabriel's second solo album from 1978, and then Robert Fripp's Exposure album. They're kind of considered a trilogy of albums because they're all produced by Robert Fripp. They kind of all follow a same, I don't want to say formula, but a little bit of a similarity between them. But yeah, so Jeff, thank you very, very much again. I was so surprised and definitely thankful and really appreciate it. So thanks so much, Jeff. And going to his note that he included here. It says, "Hi Bill, enclosed are a couple of CCR 45s that you said you were on the hunt for. Hope these will help." And they do. Thank you so much, Jeff. He said, "I also sent the Daryl Hall album I know you were looking for too. I think you will get more enjoyment from it than me. I liked it okay, but I think you will like it more. Stay healthy and keep them spinning. Your pal, Jeff." So super kind of you, Jeff. You know, I appreciate it. And thanks so much. Okay, and then late March, forget exactly when, Alex, the channel Motoric247, great channel. Alex, great guy, very knowledgeable. He did an impromptu live stream one night where he was holding up records, and you know, anyone who wanted to buy them, he would ship out. So I kind of caught that live stream and pulled the trigger on a couple albums. So I'll show them in a second. He sent in the package this very cool card here that I guess was part of a calendar. It's a postcard, and it's got January on it, but it's a drawing of Max Roach. Yeah, very cool. And then Alex wrote a little note on the back here. It says, "Bill, thanks so much for your purchases. Excellent choices. I hope 2021 is full of optimism for you and your family. Some good records help too. Alex, March 2021." So this was really cool. And this will be staying inside one of these records, probably this first one I'm going to show. Okay, so the first thing I purchased off of Alex is Embryo's debut album, Opal. Opal, this is a reissue from 1997. Originally came out in 1970 on the OHR label, or you know, that label from the ear there. Embryo, out of Munich, Germany, part of the krautrock stuff that was going on in the early 70s. Interesting side note, the first handful of albums on the OR label all had baby doll parts on the album covers, including the debut album from Tangerine Dream. And also, as part of that, they, somewhere, I forget where in this album, but there was a balloon that I think would kind of inflate when you opened it, if I'm not mistaken. And somewhere on here, the balloon would inflate. And that goes the same with those first handful of albums on the label. This was one of the first 5 albums on that label, along with Tangerine Dream's Electronic Meditation. So yeah, krautrock, very excited to have this. And this is a reissue from 1997. And there's the label. So yeah, very excited to have this. Thank you, Alex. And then the second thing I purchased from Alex, this is Steve Reich at UC Berkeley University, Museum 2, Museum, I think it's November 7, 1970. So this was limited to 500 copies, came out in 2017 on clear vinyl. So Steve Reich, for those of you who aren't familiar, one of the pioneers in minimalism music, kind of electronic, kind of that repetitive, like repetitive notes, and then it gradually changes and builds, and but always keeping that repetitive flow. And Steve Reich was very much at the forefront of that. And this was very cool. It says, Steve Reich, an incredible live performance of 4 of his early works recorded at Berkeley University Museum in November 1970 and broadcast live by KPFA FM on transparent clear vinyl, number 476 out of 500. So once again, Alex, thank you so much for the opportunity to get this. Definitely excited to have it. Thank you. So those were the two things that I purchased from Alex, but he surprised me with a third album as VCLT. And it is Anthony Braxton's Seven Standards 1985 Volume 1. And you can see he wrote here on the outer sleeve, VCLT, Super Dicey View. Alex, I was very surprised and excited to have this. This one I haven't spun yet, but will do real soon. There's Anthony Braxton right there, along with Hank Jones on piano, Rufus Reed on bass, and Victor Lewis on drums. So yeah, really nice of you, Alex. Thank you again for passing this along to me as a gift. So those are some recent gifts, plus a couple purchases. So I've been going through a little bit of a music collection identity crisis recently. Still very much into jazz and progressive rock. Those are my two biggest focuses. And you know what, I came into 2021 with a clear focus of what I wanted to kind of collect this year, with those two genres being at the top. But something in my head, I started feeling some nostalgia, I guess, for when I was in like grade school and high school, and I started thinking about 80s type of music, 80s music stuff that you would find on MTV through the 80s, and that got me thinking of all those 80s artists and songs that you would always hear, and I thought it'd be cool to maybe start trying to add some of that stuff to the collection, stuff that I don't already have. But the more I thought about it, is like, will I really listen to those albums? And realized probably not. So I thought about starting to collect 80s, 70s, 7-inch singles. Already had a bunch. Got a collection from a friend late last year, or August time frame, I think, July, August of last year. That had a bunch of 80s 7-inch singles in there. So maybe that was really the genesis of this. But I've picked up some more. I've gone to some local shops and I've found some more. So, new channel series, or a new series I'm going to start posting videos for on my channel. It is going to be called the 80s Singles Vault. The 80s Singles Vault. And the format of those videos, I'm not exactly sure. I may show 3, 4, or 5 of these singles, and hopefully we'll be able to include sound samples. And ideally, I would like to include at least one full play of a 7-inch single, at least one side, you know. Yeah, this is something that I am feeling a little bit excited about. I'm hoping to get to it sooner than later to start this. So that's it. This 80s Singles Vault. I'll be curious to hear what your thoughts are on this concept, and if you think it sounds like a good idea, or think I'm crazy for going this route. Yeah, I'll be showing 7-inch singles, picture sleeves and non-picture sleeves. I have not many, a small collection of 12-inch singles. I'll include those as well. And then I think there will be the odd regular LP song or two. So again, I'm not exactly sure 100% sure of the format for this, but this is coming real soon. Maybe even my next video. So what else do I want to say about it? I'm not, this is like normal stuff you would hear on pop radio during that time. You would see on MTV. It's not going to be anything too obscure, just common stuff that you would see on MTV that maybe you've forgotten about, haven't heard in a long time. I know I've been revisiting a lot of stuff that I haven't heard in a long time, and I've been enjoying that. So I want to have a collection of 80s singles, which I do. I have a good collection going, that every once in a while I can just pick a night and maybe just, for myself, spin some 7-inch singles. I have been doing that every now and again, and it's enjoyable. So the 80s singles vault coming very, very soon. Maybe you think I'm crazy. I don't know. At first I did, but I'm going to roll with it. So that's going to do it for this video. Once again, thank you, Alex at Murderick247. Link is down below. And Jeff Kempen, my good friend here in the VC. Link is also down below. I hope everyone is doing well, and I will talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Take care now. Bye.